Welcome to Calm Nation.
Yeah.
Mini haha. If you'll all remain calm, no one will get hurt.
Just why are you doing this?
These are all one-of-a-kind clothes, Rudy. I intend to add them to my wardrobe. Let no one say that Catwoman is not the best-dressed woman in the world.
Credit where credit is due, Robin. She may be evil, but she is attractive. You'll know more about that in a couple of years.
I hereby remit myself to your muscular body.
Don't try to pull the wool over our eye slits.
Now, would I do a thing like that? There's only one ingredient missing in this tube. Batgirl.
Look again, Catwoman.
Look! Catwoman's going into the model's dressing room.
Come on. If the dynamic drips react the way I expect them to react, they will not step into this most hallowed and forbidden no man's land. But Batgirl will.
Come out, wherever you are, Catwoman.
Right here.
She's been in there over a minute, Batman. I hope nothing's gone wrong.
We can't wait any longer, Robin. Cover your eyes.
We can't miss, boys. This is the most cataclysmic plan in my catalog of crime.
Looks all right in theory, but how are you going to keep Batman and Robin from sticking their masks in it?
Simplicity itself. Look, here we are on Pussyfoot Road, and here is the Belgravian embassy, where Batman has been invited by Queen Bess for a private audience at 3 o'clock. So, we steal the Golden Fleece there. At the precise moment, the turgid twosome arrive here to rescue their precious ally, Batgirl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Perfectly marvelous. I do think she had the fun.
Yeah. That is obviously... So, tonight we're talking about Catwoman.
Yes.
You picked up on that, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
It
You're
was
good
my
like
feline
that.
intuition.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to
for
Common
coming.
Tributes.
Yeah, thanks for coming to Combination Trivia where you're perfectly at home. I can't roll the R's.
No.
For those of you who are here for the first time, welcome, and the jokes don't get better. Sorry. For those
who've been here before, thank you for coming back. We truly appreciate it.
I'm not sure the
It didn't work. That one didn't come through.
I mean, the video that was Eartha Kitt, y'all, one of the best Catwomen, I have to say, just because she's Eartha Kitt.
Right. Good villain in a lot of things, actually.
So, hey, as always, for those of you who have been here before, welcome back. And yeah, you know the jokes are bad. There's not a cat pun we can do about bad. But as always, we want your comments, complaints, compliments. Please take a moment.
Pause.
Pardon?
The jokes that give you pause.
Jokes aren't getting any better. Not any better. Feel free to take a moment to hit the subscribe or the like or the whichever button. Go to the com-nation.com, sign up for the mailing list. Mm-hmm. But yeah, after the jokes like that, if you want to wait to the end of the video, we absolutely understand.
And if you're feeling kind of like a cat, then you could always tweet and chase the bird. And
jokes aren't getting any better, not even a little bit. Mm-hmm. Please know that everyone is welcome at Com Nation, be they big fans, casual fans, people who don't understand what all the fuss is about.
Right.
Anybody.
Cat lovers.
Or full-blown stands.
That's right.
Come on down.
Come on down.
Feel free to invite everyone We have trivia quiz coming up,
Yes.
but it's always multiple choice.
Mhm.
Take a chance, get lucky.
Yeah. You might know more than you think you do.
There you go. You
Awesome.
might even know as much as Todd.
You might.
So tonight, we're talking about Catwoman, specifically Catwoman When in Rome.
Do as the Romans do.
There you go. And if you'd like to play along with us live, and we hope you do, here's the information. You can scan the code. You can go to crowd.live/SQPUZ, etc. There's a whole bunch of rules and regulations, but I'm not going to go into them. They're on the combination website. Feel free to check that out if you're feeling litigious.
Yes. Or if you're big fans of Price Waterhouse and Cooper and just like watching that part of the Oscars.
There you go. All right, we ready?
We're ready.
Countdown starting now. First appearance of Catwoman. So it wasn't Astonishing Tales, which I think I pretty much made up. Detective Comics was the first appearance of Batman, but yeah, Catwoman didn't show up until Batman #1. Now, and in Batman #1, Catwoman was just the cat.
Right. The little-known cat burglar who snuck in, stole some jewels, snuck out, used the guise of an old lady. And it wasn't until the end of the book you even found out she was a young lady, because everybody assumed she was a guy.
As you do.
Well, it's a cat burglar, you know. It's like.
Yep. In this one, she was called the Cat, but yes, she was the Catwoman. She's also been called, like Eartha referred to herself as the Princess of Plunder, and that. She's had a lot of fun names.
Yes.
Now, it never showed up in the TV show, but it did show up in subsequent movies. Catwoman's go-to weapon. I'm going to tell you, the Super Screech.
That's Black Canary.
That's Black Canary, and also Black Cat has been known to sort of confuse the supervillains by singing. I'm thinking maybe she sings as well as Todd and I do, and they'll just sit there and say, I will leave a straight and narrow life as long as, swear to God, you never sing to me again.
Right.
But yeah, Catwoman.
She likes whips.
Catwoman, she likes the whip, the bullwhip, or the cat of nine tails. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She has been wielding a whip since Batman #39, which was February of 1947, I think. 1947. Yes. And, oh yeah, she's good with that whip. Adamantium claws, though, those would be good, too.
Mm-hmm. That's another feral animal from another place.
Now, the character Catwoman took a hiatus from when to when?
Yeah.
From 1954 to 1966, Catwoman didn't appear into the comics.
No.
Anyone know why?
Has a lot to do with all the comic book crackdown in the 50s and a little-known book known as The Seduction of the Innocent by a supposed psychologist, Dr. Frederick Wortham, saying that comics were a bad influence. For some reason, DC decided having a whip-wielding, black-clad, leather-wearing chick run around the comics maybe wasn't the best role model
for kids. Yeah.
So they kind of shuttled her off camera for a while and left it to, acid-wielding psychotics instead. But what do we know?
Yeah, that's the code. It was pre-code. Catwoman's actually pre-code when the code was put in.
Right.
Catwoman took a little vacation. She came back in the 60s, obviously, when attitudes had sort of changed.
And they wanted her for the TV show.
True. That helped as well.
Yeah, her Q quotient went up at that point.
Anyway, at a point that isn't now, we'll dig into like some of the stuff that it's fun. It's funny. Like a bunch of the stuff that the Comics Code thought was really, really wrong.
Yes.
But
maybe we'll do it on that sometime.
Yeah. Now, in the comics, who's never been Catwoman? Because Catwoman, she's been a couple different folks.
There's been a couple different people under that mask.
Yep. Selena Kyle. Come on. We knew that was.
Yep.
So, but Patsy Walker. Patsy Walker has never been Catwoman.
No. That's because
she's Hellcat.
From Marvel Comics. Not even
So
part of the DC universe.
So, this is what I love about Patsy Walker. She originally was a star of, you remember the romance comics? Maybe you don't, but you know they exist. So Patsy originally was just a, average all-American romantic comedy lead. And then somehow she became Hellcat.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something went wrong with those relationships, but that's me. I could be wrong. Holly Robinson, by the way, she's a friend of Catwoman and trained with Catwoman. And basically when Selena Kyle was on maternity leave in an alternate universe, in an alternate timeline, Holly Robinson took over. And Iko Hasegawa,
yes.
Similar. She was Catwoman in an alternate timeline, in an alternate universe.
Yeah.
But she was still Catwoman. If you're interested, you can dig into those, or you could even dig into Patsy Walker, All-American Sweetheart, and Hellcat.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, which actress has never played Catwoman? We saw Eartha Kitt. Everybody remembers Julie Newmar. Michelle Pfeiffer, you remember her, right?
Right. And Hathaway did it once.
Yep.
And
Lee Merriweather is the Catwoman I always forget.
Right. She was actually the Catwoman in the old Batman 1966 movie.
Yep. And I think she only did the movie. She never did the TV show, or am I wrong?
Right. No, she was just in the movie.
Yeah.
It was primarily Julie Newmar and then Eartha Kitt.
Yep. Because I guess, Julie Newmar had scheduling concerns, but Adrienne Barbeau was the voice of Catwoman in the animated series, right?
Yep. And in the Gotham Webtoon series and at least one other one. So she's done it a couple times.
And Cameron Beekendova. She's in Gotham. Yep.
Yes.
But Amanda Blake has never been Catwoman, although she was
Miss Kitty.
Anybody watch Gunsmoke? Anybody?
Back in Dodge City with Marshall Dillon. He was
Marshall Matt Dillon.
That's right.
Heavens. So, the book we're talking about tonight is When in Rome.
Mm-hmm.
According to tradition, according to legend, on what date was Rome founded? Because Rome was apparently, the way the legend has it, was founded on a specific date.
Yeah, it wasn't built in a day.
Specific year.
It was
Yeah.
founded in a day.
April 21st. Like, that blows my mind. It's like, so according to tradition, on April 21st, 753 BC, Romulus and Remus, twins, founded Rome on the site where they were raised by their mom, the she-wolf, because they were orphaned infants. The Romulus and Remus myth originated about 4th century BC, and the exact date of Rome's founding was set by the Roman scholar Marcus Terentius Varro in the 1st century BC. But like I said, it's just like they have an actual date, not just a year, not just an approximation. It's April 21st, they say.
Yeah. They walked out and said, "Here, this shall be the site of Rome."
I love that. You think they're wrong? Who knows?
Don't know if we can argue that point at this point.
Now, in the beginning of the book, before she's off to Rome, Catwoman is stealing from
Someone who may or may not deserve it.
So, Carmine Falcone.
Yeah. For those of you that might remember from Batman Long Halloween, which this book is actually a spinoff of.
It's a bit of a sequel to.
Yeah. Carmine Falcone was the main mob boss in Gotham City at the time. And Catwoman felt, well, if I'm going to steal from somebody, why not him?
She loves the fact that she can steal from him, pick up $20,000 worth of stuff, and he's not going to call the cops.
Nope, because, that would mean they'd be looking into where he got the $20,000 and stuff to begin with. So, yeah, Catwoman's always kind of had that little bit of a kind of Robin Hood-esque sort of, rob from the corrupt rich, give to myself. But, close enough.
Works. It works.
So.
Now, while she's doing her burglary, she runs into Batman. And she calls Batman...
Torpedo Mouse?
Not. She calls him annoying. Batman is really annoying.
Yes, he can be. Showing up, ruin her fun.
Exactly. Catwoman and Batman. Catwoman and Batman. They have a long relationship, obviously. She showed up in Batman #1.
Yeah.
They've long been, she's long been his foil. There's, there's interviews out there with some of the original creators that said that she's a bride of color, that she's a fun spot, that she's supposed to lighten him up and brighten him up. But there's a lot of stuff out there earlier than you would expect that, yeah, she was sort of, from the beginning, she was a bit of a romantic interest for him.
Yes.
So,
part of him, I think, also always thought maybe he could convince her to truly stay on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, that works out well.
But,
definitely. Date someone and expect them to change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So,
like we said, annoying.
At the beginning of the book, she's robbing a guy. She meets into this guy that really gets under her skin. And then she runs into... It's not Green Goblin, because he's in Marvel Comics.
Right.
It's not Violator, even though I think he is a Batman. She runs into Joker.
Yes. And, gives him a good bonk on the nose.
Yeah. Again, Joker was what also first appeared in Batman #1. And Batman, Joker, and Catwoman, they go way back.
Yeah.
Way back.
Yes.
So, occasionally they pair up. Sometimes they don't. This was one of the don'ts.
Just ask Cesar Romero.
And then Catwoman decides to go to Rome, and she is accompanied by
everybody's favorite sidekick, Gagsworthy.
It's not Harley Quinn, although there's been a bunch of things when Catwoman and Harley pair up. It's not Gagsworthy. He is Joker's original sidekick. And it's not Mr. Mitaplitzik, although, again, that'd be fun. I'm not sure if they've ever hung out in the same storyline. It's Edward Nygma, who she calls Eddie.
Much to
But Edward,
regret.
Edward, as he prefers to call, he's known as something else.
Yes.
Eddie, as she calls him, is better known as he's not Eddie Brock.
No.
He's not Eddie Scissorhands. He's Enigma.
Otherwise known as a Riddler.
The Riddler.
A question wrapped in a conundrum, wrapped inside a puzzle.
So the Riddler, Edward Nygma, or occasionally Edward Nashton, he is a superhero that was created by Bill Finger and Dick Sprang.
Yes.
He also, first appeared in October 1948. And he's up there with
the other guys, but close,
He's up there.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a criminal mastermind.
Mm-hmm. Likes to make all the good puzzles.
Exactly.
If it wasn't for his compulsions, he'd probably be really, really rich by now.
As you do.
As you do. Yeah. And some of the coolest blazers.
And when she arrives in Rome, Selina is met by interesting. She's met by Christopher Castillo.
Yes.
But
she calls Blondie because he's actually a blonde-haired Sicilian, which is kind of unusual.
Yeah. Now, Aldo Ray was a tough guy actor from the 50s and 60s.
And ironically, also a blonde-haired Italian.
There you go. Mario Girardi was also known as
Terrence Hill. Primarily did a lot of spaghetti westerns and various different. As a matter of fact, he's even done comic book characters because he did a French version of the Lucky Luke comic book character years ago. So,
yes.
But, and the real fun one.
Yeah, go for it.
Alfonso Giuseppe Giovanni Roberto d'Abruzzo.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise known as Robert Aldo, an actor in his own right, and the father of Alan Alda. Robert Aldo, by the way, was the original lead for Sky Masterson in Guys and Dolls on Broadway.
There you go.
Not that we're going to sing any of that, but
Now, why is Selina going to Rome? Well, she's looking into her past, and who's she trying to reach?
Don.
Tell him what you won, Don Pardo.
Yeah. If you pick Don Pardo, you're not winning this contest, but.
Exactly. We all know who Don Pardo is. Don Corleone is obviously
the original
character from The Godfather. Don Pardo was the announcer from
all sorts of things. The Jack Benny Show, and I think the original What's My Line, and
Price is Right.
Yeah. No, that was Johnny. Somebody's on The Price is Right.
Anyway.
But yeah,
Don Souza. Jeopardy, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Don Souza was for Kaiser Souza, who isn't a Don.
No, he's a Kaiser. Sort of.
He's a Kaiser.
Yes. Kaiser Souza.
And Don Verini, who is a crime land boss, mafia boss, based in Rome, Italy. And some stuff came up at Long Halloween that Selena wants to find out more about.
So she thinks he's a good place to start. So off she goes.
So she goes and discovers that he's not having a good night. Let me just say it that much.
No.
He's been poisoned.
Right.
Now, a couple of things. First of all, Catwoman doesn't kill people. She kind of almost never kills people.
Right.
I mean, that's not her thing.
Yeah.
And Riddler also doesn't exactly kill people. Riddler, her buddy, usually does things like...
he's more of set up the puzzles, slip off with the loot. Occasionally he sets the death trap that if you don't figure out the puzzle... But then that's kind of on you, not on him. That's the way he sees it, I guess. But
exactly. Batman also doesn't kill people. That's another thing. Batman absolutely never shoots anyone, ever. Does not use a gun. That's a thing. But, Verini's been killed. Killed.
Yep. Poisoned.
And again, part of what we've mentioned this before with like a lot of the Batman stuff is obviously it's a superhero comic because Catwoman, Batman, etc. These are all super creatures. These are superheroes, supervillains, etc. Right. But that said, this isn't a situation where it's all biff, bam, pow, and they're beating each other up and that kind of thing. This is a murder mystery.
Yes.
Among other things. This is a mystery. This is a thriller, which not every superhero comic and not every superhero character can carry off. Batman can. Yeah. And that's one of the things we love. Yeah, because sure, Batman can be chasing after the doomsday machine that's going to destroy the universe and, if he doesn't do this at all. But he can also just try to figure out what's going on.
Who, the what, the where, the when.
Exactly.
Book's also got a lot of fun nods to 1960s European caper films with its style and commentary and characters.
And
fashion.
And it's not a shy book either.
No. Yeah, because it's a 1960s caper film. It's got,
There you go. So you remember we were seeing the clip in the beginning where we were talking about Catwoman's very fashion conscious?
Yes. Jeez.
How many pair of shoes did she pack? Todd, the last time you went to Rome, how many shoes did you pack?
I think I got by with 9, but I may have come back home with more than that. So, but she started with not quite an even dozen. She took 11.
Yep. She took 11.
And
And then her luggage gets lost, including the luggage that had the Catwoman gear. That's going to be a thing.
And then they find her luggage and her shoes, and she's happy.
Yeah, does the 11 pair of shoes, does that include the boots? The boots are separate.
I think the boots are separate because she mentions they're in a false bottom in one of the cases. So I think the 11 pairs of shoes are actually...
And then the boots.
And then the boots. Because, because when you're a fashionista, there's shoes. And then there's boots, right?
Okay. All right, Todd, I'm really going to have to bow to your expertise on that one. I usually travel in flip-flops, y'all, so I don't know.
These boots are made for walking.
Okay. So, tonight, we were talking about Catwoman when in Rome.
Mhm.
The thing I really like, among other things, is the fact that, yes, this is absolutely positively a bit of a sequel to Batman and the Long Halloween, but Selena is drawn a little bit differently, even though the same artist is doing her, even though the same artist is illustrating her.
Right.
So the official blurb goes, in this sequel to Batman and the Long Halloween, an Eisner Award-winning creative team takes Catwoman on a mysterious trip to Italy to hunt the deadly Falcone crime family.
Mhm.
It's guest starring Batman and a host of Gotham's most colorful and dangerous villains. Joker's in it. Harvey Dent's in it. She's traveling with the Riddler. Couple of other folks show up. Some of them are in the Batman family. Some of them are a little, are only vaguely related, but you should recognize them.
Yeah. And then there's a couple of new guys, too.
So Jeff Loeb is an American film and television writer. He is a television producer and a comic book writer as well. Loeb was the producer writer on the TV series Smallville. He was a producer writer on Lost. Remember Lost?
Mm-hmm.
He was a writer for the films Commando and Teen Wolf.
Yep.
And a writer and co-executive producer for the TV show Heroes from 2006 until 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Timothy Roger Sale was an American comics artist. He and Jeff won Eisner's together.
Yes.
Tim Sale was best known for his comic characters Batman and Superman, things of blah, and influencing depictions of the Cape Crusaders in numerous films. Yeah. The latest Batman movie, there are interviews with the characters and the cast of the movie talking about how these sets of books influenced how they shot, how they hold themselves, how they approached every scene. We were going to do something else this week, but Tim Sale died about a week ago. He died on the 16th.
Yes. Sadly.
Tim Sale. So we thought we'd take a minute because this is our third book by Tim Sale. Yeah. We like him. We're going to miss him.
Yeah. He's a very influential, unique style and always an easygoing guy. And lots of people like his stuff. So
yeah. He was also in a world of comic book nerds, etc. He was a weightlifter. He was fastidious about his health. He was cut. He looked like his characters. I mean, for him to like the muscly whatnot, he probably just had to look in a mirror.
Yeah.
And he was well loved. Tim Sale had a long and illustrious career working in the comic industry. He worked for Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Harris Comics, remember Harris, and Oni Press. He frequently collaborated with Jeff Loeb, and in addition to Long Halloween, which I think we already have the video posted, he did Dark Victory, and this one, Catwoman When in Rome.
Yep. And they also did the color books, what they call the Marvel color books, which is Daredevil Yellow, Spider-Man Blue, which we've also done, Hulk Gray, and Captain America White, as well as a few other things along the way. Yeah.
So we'll probably be looking at those again, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner tonight, it's JJ.
It is. I'm going to close second with Tom.
All right. Thanks for coming and spending part of your Tuesday with us.
Yeah.
Feel free to email us at d.com.nation@gmail.com. Okay, were the jokes bad? If the jokes weren't that bad, hit like, hit subscribe, that thing. And if you kind of had fun, tell people, invite some folks, bring some friends. If you didn't have fun, let us know how we can make it fun.
Yes.
And by all means, go pick up some Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale collaborations wherever fine graphic novels are sold.
Yeah. And have a perfectly marvelous evening.
Jokes aren't getting any better, y'all. All right. Thank you. We appreciate it. Have a great night.
Night.